So today's video is going to be our arms and our shoulders. So our first exercise is bicep curls, and we're going to go ahead and use the resistance band for the regular one. If you don't have a resistance band, you don't have to worry about it, but I think you're going to notice that it might be a little too easy without something. So if you don't have a resistance band, one of the things you can use is you can use water bottles or something that has a little bit of weight to it. Now I'm standing on the band, my feet are about hip width apart, and all I'm going to be doing is bringing my arms up and down nice and slow. Now my arms are going to be fully extended when you come down because you want that full range of motion. Alright, so here we go. Let's go for 10. So nice and controlled. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now, for our modified one, we're actually going to sit down. So if you have a couch, you can use that. If you don't, or if you have a chair, you can use that as well. Okay, so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be sitting up straight. Our arms are coming down in front of us, so I'm actually sitting on the edge of my couch. And all I'm going to be doing is bringing my arms up and down. Same thing, I'm fully extending my arms and I'm bringing them all the way up as much as I can. Now if this is too easy, you can use your resistance band the same way. Just step on the bottom of the band, hold it very loosely, and pull it up and down, okay? So for this one, I'm just going to not use the resistance band, and we're just gonna do 10 without anything, okay? So here we go, let's go for 10. So pull up and down, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, one more, 10. Now, if that seemed too easy for you, you can also use a water bottle in each hand. You can also use your dumbbells if you have like a 1 or 2 pound dumbbell, or if you need more, you can obviously use more as well. Now, for our more advanced one, we're going to go back to standing, and we're going back to our resistance band. Now, to make this harder, what I'm going to be doing is, can you see how much I'm going to be pulling up on my band? So I'm going to kind of come down here and get a lot of it, because the more you're holding, the harder that's going to be. So on this one, we're going to go ahead and just do each arm independently. That way we can do our pulsing at the end. All right, so here's what it's going to look like. We're going to pull up towards our chin and then let it come all the way back down. All right, so let's go for 10 each side. Here we go. So pull up. 1, all the way fully extended. 2, 3, 4, 5, nice, slow, controlled movements. Here's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go just to halfway and pull straight back up. Okay, so let's go for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, almost there, 9, last one, 10. Now on that pulse is when I'm really starting to feel my bicep working. Okay, so now let's do the same thing, other side. Remember, we're pulling up towards our chin, fully extending all the way down. So let's do our 10, here we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and there's our 10, and now remember halfway and pulsing. So let's do 10. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, almost there, 9, 10. Great job. So let's go ahead and move on to our next exercise. This one is called skiing, and you're gonna see why, because it looks like you're kind of seeing. So my feet are together, my knees are gonna stay slightly bent, and this is the posture you are going to be in for the length of this exercise. Now arms are starting together, and what we're doing is they're going to be going opposite, and then back together, opposite. So fully extending the arm behind, fully extending the arm in front. So on this one, we are working all of our shoulder. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started, and I want you to make sure that the movements are nice and solid and go through your full range of motion. So here we go. All right, so here is our first one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, almost there, and 10. So let's go ahead and do the modified version. Now the modified one is going to be done sitting again. So we're sitting on the edge of our chair, our sofa, whatever you are sitting on. The movement is the same, but this time you're not going to be feeling the same workout in your thighs that you just felt with the regular one. And your movement's going to be a little bit less. So it's the same thing. We're still going back and forth with the arms. All right, so let's go ahead and do 10 exactly like what we just did. So here we go. So here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So same thing applies for this one. If you felt like that was still a little bit too easy, you can grab 2 water bottles, you can grab your hand weights, whatever you have to add a weight a little bit for that one. Now let's go ahead and do our more advanced one. Again, for this one, you're gonna want your resistance band. So, same as we've been doing, I'm standing in the middle of the band, feet just slightly hip length apart. Let me get back here. Okay, so I'm grabbing up on the band. Now we're staying in this position, but here's what it's gonna look like. Okay, with that band. Coming back to center and going other direction. Now I can tell you just from doing that one, I already feel it. So let's go ahead and do our 10. You want to try to make the movements nice and slow and controlled, and you really want to try to stretch as far as you can to engage all of the muscles in the arms. All right, so here we go. Let's get into our start position and let's go for 10. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 8. 9. One more. And 10. Great job. So I love that exercise. It really does give you a good workout. Let's go ahead and move on to our next one. So for the next one, this is called an overhead press, and I had to move you a little bit so you could see. So all we're doing for our regular one is you are just going to be standing with your feet hip width apart, and we are going to be pressing up and back down. Now, this one might be a little easy for you, so if you're wanting to make it harder, grab your resistance band, grab some weights if you have any, water bottles, whatever you want. But this is our regular one, so we're gonna go ahead and do 10. All right, so here we go. So you're pressing straight up, arms are gonna stay bent, and pressing straight back up. All right, so here we go, let's go for 10. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, full range of motion, 8, 9, 10. Awesome. So let's do our modified one, and this one is going to be done, again, sitting down, edge of the chair. Concept is the same. We're pressing and down, but this time you're not having to work on supporting your abdominal muscles, your back. You're able to sit and do it and focus more on the actual shoulder movement. So let's go ahead and start. Let's do our 10. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, one more, 10. Good. Let's go ahead and move into our more advanced one. So same thing, we're standing on the middle of our resistance band, feet hip width apart, and you can kind of see where this one's going already, right? So it's the same concept. We're starting in this position. The band is going to be on the outside of my arm, and I'm pressing up and down. Now that band really wants to bounce me down. That's part of the workout. You don't want it to control you. You control the resistance band. So remember, when you're going, you're only stopping, you're stopping here, okay? So here we go, let's press those shoulders up. So here's 1, nice and controlled. 2, good. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, hang in there, 8, 9, 10. Now we're gonna pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, come on. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10. Great job. Let's go to our next one. So our next exercise is called a tricep dip. And we're gonna do just the regular one first. And what you're gonna need is you're gonna need a chair or a couch or something to sit on. Let me show you what it's gonna look like. So your arms are going to stay on whatever you're using. Now a firmer surface would probably be a little bit easier than what I'm using, the ottoman or the couch, but you use what you have available. So what you're doing is your bottom is off of the sofa, you're dipping your bottom down and straightening up with those arms, and it's all tricep. My feet are just bent and on the ground here. All right, so let's go for 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. So the modified version of that is going to be very similar, but you're not going to be going down as far. So here we go. This is what it's going to look like. You're just dipping the bottom down a little bit and straightening the arms. So let's go for 10, just like that. So a little and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, almost there, 8, 9, 10. Good job. Now let me show you how to do the more advanced version. So for the more advanced version of our tricep dips, it's going to be the same. The difference is that my feet are going to be extended out in front of me and we're going to go a whole lot lower. So what it's going to look like is it's going to look like this. So we're going down and up. I'm basically touching the floor with my bottom, but I'm not actually stopping. So let's go ahead and do our 10. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, almost there, 9, 10. Great job. So we have one more exercise and we are done. Let's go ahead and do our last exercise for this video. So this next one is called Lateral Raises. And what you're doing is you're going to be going out to the side and back down. We're going to go ahead and use the resistance band even for the regular one because I feel like we need just a little bit more of a workout here. So I'm grabbing up at the very top of my band, so the resistance isn't going to be too much. But this is what it's going to look like. My palms are facing forward and I'm simply pulling up and back down. Nice and controlled the whole way. So let's go ahead and do our 10. Here we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so let's do our modified version. Same thing, modified version. We're sitting on the edge of the chair, sofa, whatever you're sitting on. Palms are facing forward. We're going up and down. Now with this one, because we don't have the resistance band, you actually can go higher if you want. So we can go full range of motion and down. So let's go ahead and do 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Great job. Now remember, if that felt too easy, either go to the regular one with the resistance or add some kind of weight, whether it be in the form of a water bottle or hand weight. Now let's finish this workout and do our last lateral raises for advanced. So I'm standing on the band. It's the same concept, but you can see how much extra band I have. My palms are facing forward and I'm going to be pulling up and down. Now, same thing, I'm having to put a lot more effort and work into it to try to get this up that high. All right, so let's go for 10 and we are gonna do that pulse at the top. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, halfway, hang in there. 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, and remember, stay up, we're pulsing. 10. Here we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, almost there. 8, 9, 10. Whew, man, my arms really feel that. All right, great workout, everyone. Good job for completing your arms and your shoulder workout. Hang in there, keep pushing yourself, and I'll see you soon.